Racks, El Jefe, Mr. Glass Half Full, the revival.
Y'all know what this is. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Racks, a.k.a. Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys know who this is, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full, and that's Spee if you nasty.
Mr. Boom. Spiro, I don't know what planet. Oh, it's your new internet, isn't it?
New internet.
Fios.
I'll be
Gotta
back.
get Fios.
I'll be back.
Okay, he's gonna kill someone at Verizon today. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Much. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Finish your roll. You good.
My brother El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka Damn It Daniel, and shout out to you. Yes, you, the revivalists in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support. And guys, we have a great show for you. At least I hope so, because again, we don't really plan this. But you know, we gotta wait for freaking Speed to come back in the building here. But before we go, you know, we'll wait for Speed. We'll go around the room first with me and F. But F, how's your weekend, brother? What was going on? Tell the people.
Pretty good. Finally getting healthy in my house since New Year's Eve. Somebody's had something. So this year's off to a great start. But I did a good deed today, and I see him in the chat. So we'll talk about it for a second. But our guy Sal, you know, he's a giant pod co-creator.
Shout out to
I was talking with him and clicked on his profile. The guy's like 15 away from 1,000 followers. So I'm like, fuck it, tweet. Boom, he gets there. In like 10 minutes, he gets there. And then I was DMing with him, and he was like, your wife would be so proud. And I was like, my wife doesn't give a rat's ass about anything I do. I don't know if she's ever watched the show. She thinks the sketches are stupid. She's so impossibly hard to impress. But it keeps me honest, and it keeps me on my toes. So I was like, Sal, I'll tell her tonight what I did for you, and I'll record it. Just so you know how it was exactly what I thought. I go to this whole thing. I'm like, you know, Sal's my guy. Just tweet out 1,000 followers. And she was like, nice.
That was it.
So I just stare at her to make it awkward so that she comes back to me and she's like, so was Sal happy? You know, like she really doesn't care about what I do. But I'm pretty sure she loves me on some level.
Yeah, that's all that matters. As long as the love is there, brother. What else can you ask for? You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a good thing, man. Appreciate that story. That was awesome. And shout out to Sal. He's a giant. You guys don't know, man. Him and Monte do like the little draft, man, in college. And kind of give you a little draft perspective and put a kind of pin on it and say, hey, he's a giant. Look out for this guy. Look out for his name. So shout out to that pod, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe and support. Follow Sal, of course. Great content that they have over there. So shout out to them, man. And man, hopefully Speed, man, is gonna come back in here. I know we're waiting for Speed to come back in, but here's the thing, man. We got a nice freaking weekend. You know what was great for my weekend? I got to hang out with my brothers, man. Went to our favorite spot, which we had to wait an hour to be seated. There was like, y'all from who? We was like, yeah, New York Revival. They was like, fuck out of here. Wait for a seat. So yeah, we waited for a seat.
Never heard it yet.
Never heard it yet. Yeah, fuck out of here. Get back in line. Back in the back. And we had to go all the way to the back of the line. And then a bar opened up with some nice young ladies. It was like, hey, we about to leave in a few minutes. Wound up taking their spot. They hooked us up. And we were talking about, I think we were talking about like baseball. I don't even know what the hell we were talking about. They were clearly drunk, but shout out to those ladies. We had a freaking great time.
We took whatever in we could to make friends with the people at the bar so that when they leave, they'll give us the seat. And we got like both corners we were friends with. So we were hooked up within 10 minutes. I mean, I had no doubt, right? It was going to work out. We're like, damn, should we go somewhere else? We're like, no, we can't. Let's just get a beer and start thinking about it. Plus, it was cold as fuck, and I didn't want to go back outside.
No, definitely not. I mean, listen, and that's our spot, man, because I was like, listen, we might have to go to another spot. Might have to figure this out. But honestly, man, once we got around that bar, again, we just smoozed and we kind of did our thing. Schmoozed?
I say schmoozed. I'm not sure what the correct word is, but
yeah, sounds good to me. You know what I mean? But we kind of just talked our way through their revival style, man. They just love the personality, especially El Jefe. You know, it was like, oh, shoot, white jersey, blue jersey. I was like, yeah, that's the guy. It's my brother. So, why don't we just working out that way? You know, we sat down and we were chilling, man. We had a good time. And we watched playoffs, man. So, you know, any weekend with my brother, awesome thing, man. And guys, if you're ever in the Staten Island area, shit, I even talk. Screw it, man. If you're ever in the Staten Island area, man, we head over to Tommy's Tavern over there by Richmond Avenue. Come, next time we over there, man, come have a drink.
We'll let them know. Well, we don't have to tell them when we're going, so it really doesn't matter if you tell them the spot, right? They could wait outside every night if they want, but
that is true. That is definitely true. But it's an electric place. Even when you walked in there, right? You have like it was a lot of 49ers, Green Bay. There's a bunch of different fans there.
It's a really, really good spot. Tommy's like good food, good drinks, but this one happens to be just fucking huge. TVs everywhere. It's like a perfect spot to watch a bar. We got some bartenders that know us. They're good to us. So why go anywhere else? Staten Island, it just happens to be a good middle ground. And it's Staten Island sounds much further than it actually is. Right? That's
New true, York. Yeah. But you know, when you I'm sorry about that.
It's an island. It's far. You got to go over a whole bridge, but it's actually 35 minutes. It ain't nothing.
It's not bad either. You know what I mean? And again, you know, right kind of hop, skip, and jump away from you guys. Not even far. So if you guys come out here, it's awesome. Like I said, the atmosphere. I don't think you guys would come out here unless the atmosphere wasn't there. Like even when there's a Rangers game, that place is just electric. You know what I mean? So I love the atmosphere. We love going there, man. I'm telling you, you guys will love it, especially during the Giants game. That's when we were jumping up and down, recording. That place was live that day. So come on through. Speed, you up in here, man. I got to look down from time to time to make sure you're all right. Make sure you're living.
I think I'm in here. I don't know how long I'll be in here.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
So far, the internet upgrade is paying for itself already. I gotta say,
it's always rocky at start, right? It's always rocky. Gotta get my shit together. I'm sorry. We'll see how it goes.
Hey, you look great now. You sound great. Cheers. Look at this here. Thoughts from Monty. Said revival NFL draft party there.
That's what I was trying to highlight. I totally screwed that up.
That's all right. I know that's usually argued. Listen, I got you. We're back. We are going to do something for the draft. We got a couple different ideas going on. We thought about doing a live stream from my house, maybe. Thought about going to the actual draft. That's on the table.
It's really on the table.
It's on the other end of the table, but it's on the table.
It's on the table. It's on the table.
And then we could just go to a bar. We could just go to a bar. It's gonna be fun. We could have a little Giants party for whoever wants to join. So we got options. I think Sal's gonna be in town. Sal's coming to New York.
Ooh,
we might have to do that spot, Speed. Well, we might have to talk about that spot. Just saying. If something was to fall through to the other side of the table, if we can't get to the other side of the table, just say it. We might have to.
We're gonna cook it up. Wherever it is, we're gonna be having a good time. I know that.
Damn right. Damn right.
Now let's just hope that the Giants do their part, right?
I hope it's entertaining. I hope they grab a stud, they move back in. I want action.
You're starting to think your head was going crazy today. I saw it. I saw your wheels turning at Hefe's head. It was.
Do you see my face right now? Because I don't think the Giants going to do a thing.
They got to take somebody. They're not.
True, but is it that somebody we're all looking for? That's the question.
So I want to throw some. Are we talking draft right now, or we want to go?
It feels like it.
It feels like we just bypassed all these notes that are freaking here.
The chat was fighting about the Giants before we even went live, so we may as well.
I know. Give it a Get after it. Go
ahead, Speed.
Listen, we're toying with the idea, right? It's either if Neighbors or Odunze is there at 6, do you take them, and then just. Here's the scenario. You have to love at least 2 out of the 3 of JJ McCarthy, Penix, and Nix, right? Because if you're trying to trade back in, you don't know when they're going to go. You know who's going to take them. You know who's going to jump up in front of you. So if you can't have a plan A and then no plan B, so you have to have at least 2 that if one gets taken, you could jump up then right after and take your second best, I guess, guy, right? Because if you only have one guy, you're like, all right. I'm only going to trade up for JJ McCarthy. You're going to take Odunze. He gets taken. You're back to Daniel Jones and probably
exactly. You can't trade up until a team is on the clock that's willing to trade with you. You can't trade up while there's 3 more picks ahead of you. You got to be light on your feet and ready to go. It is a dangerous game.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's risky as fuck.
It really is, and I'm really really concerned because I think 4 of those teams actually look for quarterbacks. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they kind of.
Well, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot in that zone.
It looks like 1, 2, 3. First of all, and the Giants. Like you can't just trade up to one if they don't want to. It looks
Right.
like the whispers. It looks like the Bears are going to go take their quarterback and then trade Fields, at least right now. But we'll see.
The problem
that's
is
the scary,
yeah,
and that's
go
the
ahead.
scary part. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, man, like, do you settle for any other quarterback that's there? You can't.
Right.
Like, you got to go with the best player available, and that could be Neighbors. That could be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and here's the other side, the flip side of the token. If you love a quarterback so much that you're willing to trade up, some big heavy capital to get back into the first round, you love him enough to trade all that capital to get up, but you didn't love him to take him at 6. Like either he's going to be the guy and you're going to develop him, or you're fired anyway. So take him at 6 and don't risk losing him, like a JJ McCarthy or whoever it might be, Penix even. If you think that you're going to develop him, you'll be right, and nobody will care that you drafted him as a reach at 6.
Then you know what? Like you said, let him sit.
You're
Let
fired.
him sit for the year, right? Behind Jones.
Yeah,
At that
absolutely. Why not?
They got to be so balls to the wall confident in that quarterback at 6 because you're taking the 4th choice of quarterback at 6, right? So like that's not. I mean, but what if there's
unless something crazy happens?
And crazy shit happens every year.
Yeah,
you just don't know. But if there's 6 legit quarterback prospects, seems to be 3 and then 3, like roughly. If you're going for the second 3 and you're taking them in the top 6, that's why I'm like, damn, if you could get an alpha receiver and figure out how to get back in, but a lot needs to, you better have feelers out there. You better have potential trade partners lined up in the event that one of those bottom 3, the next 3, or whatever slip. It could happen. It happened last year. What's his name? Levis?
Yeah.
Did he drop out of the first round completely, or is he just late?
What did he get taken? No, I think he was still a first round pick. But the problem is, Hefe, even in that scenario, you have teams like Atlanta at 8, the Jets at 10, Minnesota at 11, Denver at 12, Vegas at 13, even New Orleans at 14. All those teams could use a quarterback, right? Like, so that's like Penix territory where they go into a good team, good situation. Seems perfect for. Oh, there you go, Monty. Monty, where would we be without you and Sal? Like, you two are our rocks. You are our rocks during this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, listen. I get it. Right. Sal's all in now. He's now all in on this whole trade idea. He's like off the rails.
I was trying to convince him today.
Who are you, Sal?
It is fucking risky as all hell. And look what C's coming through. How we doing, bro? Go get the first pick, 3 number 1s. If you're scared, get a dog.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I like that. See, I like that conviction. Go get your guy. Hopefully, here's the thing: we don't know what the Patriots are going to do. We don't know who the coach is for the Redskins, the Commanders, whatever the fuck they are.
We know who you're talking about. We know,
but like, there's a lot of variables here, and we don't know how they like Drake May. We don't know how they like Jaden Daniels. We don't know a lot of things yet, and free agency will tell you a little bit more because you get clear
Spiro,
picture a little bit.
I will say, Spiro, I think you were the first. Thank you, C's, for that. The first of the people bringing Jaden Daniels to the table because it was months ago, and he has flown all over the draft board. I feel like he was back in first round. You could develop him, blah blah, to fucking Heisman top 3 locked in.
Yeah,
so like he's all over the place. But every year historically, there's quarterbacks taken later that succeed. And probably a lot of that is that when they're taken later or in other rounds, a lot of times they go to better situations. If you're going in the top 3, it's more than likely a shitty situation unless they got that via trade or whatever. So one of these quarterbacks is going to bust, and one of the later ones are going to succeed.
For sure.
And the Giants just have to get it right. They just fucking have to get it right, whatever they do.
That's where it comes down to. Whether you pick them at 6 or you trade back in, you just got to get it right. It doesn't matter where you take them.
We don't care.
Just get it right.
I'll tell you this. Daniel Jones was that, right? I'm just saying that you can get a quarterback, but let's just, like you said, that this has to be the right person. They got to make sure they strike freaking gold on this. And the prospects coming out this year, they're pretty rich. So, like you said, if somebody will bust. It's just you better hope it's not the freaking Giants. better hope you can pick like a Josh Allen, like a top 7, top 6 quarterback at this point in this freaking draft, or potential. But if they do go with someone at 7, don't forget Daniel Jones is still going to play. He's still going to start on the center.
And he should.
There's no
That's
doubt in my
fine.
mind.
That's
And
fine.
let this guy sit back and develop, because then we could talk about, which we'll talk about a little bit later on, is Love from Green Bay. You know, he sat behind Aaron Rodgers, not to say Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers, like these, but I'm just saying it just makes sense for a rookie to sit and just learn the offense, learn the system, learn etc. and see. And I really think if they do draft a quarterback, I think they have another 2 years here. If they don't, and Daniel Jones falls on his face, these guys are fired. They're bad again. But I'm telling you, they need to pick someone. They need to, and they got to start this year, hopefully, and have him sit. And if you have him sit, we have a losing season. That's all right. Giants fans gonna be like, hey, we still got our guy. We just gotta wait. You know what I mean? So
I don't see exactly. I don't see any other way Dable can keep his job unless he has, because like we leave that 1% chance on the table that Daniel Jones stays healthy and blows away his 2022.
That's a great problem to have. Yep.
Right? That's the one scenario that will definitely keep his job. The next scenario is that falls apart. Either he gets injured or he plays like Daniel Jones. And then you have a backup, the rookie that you drafted that you now can develop over time, and he flashes towards the end of the year. That will save your job, even if you have 6 wins. I feel like that is enough to save your job. What you can't do, I feel like there's a debate. There's a debate just being like,
just forming here as we speak.
I just feel like there's a debate to be had here. I don't know what you guys think.
Let me say this, man, because I want to throw this out there. You know, because we're gonna get into it. Because you guys brought this up here. And Spiro, this is what I want you to do. Spiro, I want you to take the side of kind of rebuilding this roster, right? You're gonna keep Daniel Jones, you're rebuilding the roster. And Hefe, I want you to take the side of what you've been kind of standing on right now. That's get me a quarterback. Get me a quarterback. Give it to me now. It's my quarterback, and I need him now. All right. So take that side there for me. And I want you to have this great debate here. What you guys are here, and I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Glass Half Full. Give me the pros of keeping Daniel Jones and building a roster around him. And then I want to hear from El Jefe of getting a new quarterback and how it's not good of keeping Daniel Jones around. So I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Glass Half Full. Let me hear your debate on it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the debate is the team has so many holes still, right? Like this offensive line, if God forbid you get Jaden Daniels or you get a Penix and they get killed behind this offensive line year one, you have now, set your team back, and you there's no telling you even get the offensive line right, because we've been trying for how long. But the goal is to, get some superstar talent back in here, be it a lineman, a wide receiver, somebody. They need so much talent. They have 3 top 50 picks. That is, if you hit on those picks, that's franchise changing kind of shit. Like you see what one good draft does for a Seattle Seahawks team, right? Like you see what good drafts do across the league. Cheap young talent is the best kind of talent. So if you stick with your picks and you sign a veteran, you circle back the wagons again. At least at this point, now the rosters is set for your 6-win team. If Daniel Jones end up bottoming out again, then for sure you rip the Band-Aid off after this year. You got yourself another, top pick with less holes. You spend draft capital, get your guy next year, because there will be guys there next year too. It's not an empty class per se. It's not as high end as this year, but you now have a line. You see what your line coach could maybe get some that Neal. You get another guy there. You get another guy the following year. You have a Neighbors or a Dunze to throw to for this young guy, and who knows? And then maybe Daniel Jones pops off by some miracle, by some heavenly miracle. It's year 6. He's the antithesis of everything that's ever happened in the league. He has a good year.
That's a 1%.
Then you either keep him or trade him in that wild scenario, and then you have a backup at least that doesn't get injured. Hopefully, going forward, like a Ryan Tannehill. How about Ryan Tannehill? He's the guy that you want Daniel Jones to be. So if Daniel Jones gets hurt, you throw in his older version of Daniel Jones to start some games and maybe win some for you, or you end up at 6 wins and you get your quarterback next year. That's the best I could do. That's the best I could do.
I know, because we know how Spiro really feels, so that's a tough
I want to
spot.
go back.
That's a tough spot. It's a tough spot to put
Yeah.
Spiro in, and next time I'll take the crappier side. Okay, I promise.
That's right. That's right. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. I'm in.
All right, so let's say a Hefe, man. You want your quarterback and you need it now, man. Let's just talk about what you think on that side of the ball, man. What's the pros or the cons of keeping Daniel Jones?
Well, it's time because they got to have a plan either way. What you can't do is go into this season with Daniel Jones ride or die like Eli wants to do, like Mara wants to do, because Dable is gone. Who knows what they're going to do with Shane? If they try to, then you're on another staggered head coach and GM thing, and you're going like this, and that hasn't worked for us in the past either. The one thing that was good with this was that they came in together and they probably had a vision. And DJ had one good year, right? I'm not going to downplay what he did, but it was 15 touchdowns and it was 7 rushing touchdowns, 22 total. That's not 34. It's not what some guys are doing on a weekly basis or a yearly basis. So like, look around the NFL and watch games. That's what I beg Giants fans to do, because you will see quarterbacks playing at a higher level. You now have an opportunity to get your own quarterback. It'll be your security blanket. Assuming DJ is healthy to come in, he's going to start, right? And if you wait and you try to build this roster, there's no guarantee you're going to just fix the line, right? We've gone through this for 12 years. The line just doesn't get fixed overnight. Not with the Giants. Other teams have done this, right? Kansas City lost the Super Bowl because their line crumbled. It was fixed by 7 a.m. the next day. I don't know. Giants aren't that lucky. They're not that good. But the biggest reason why you can't do the build a roster and then just fill in the quarterback is because you are wasting the prime of your pieces. The guys that you have, your Andrew Thomas, your Dexter Lawrence, if they bring back McKinney, these are dudes, pieces, Deonte Banks. These are guys that deserve to win, and they're playing well enough to win. So you got to have a quarterback. You got to be on your way. And if you're not doing anything. Because I'm telling you, if anyone around the league says the Giants have, like, nobody around the league is saying the Giants have their guy with Daniel Jones. They're laughing at us. If we continue to double down on this, we will just get further and further down on the totem pole. I think the league is passing the Giants by, and they need to look ahead and they need to upgrade. And if they believe in a guy that they can develop, this is the time. Get that guy to sit for as long as he needs to sit and then take over. And that's going to save jobs, and it's going to give hope to the fan base. Stop doubling down on your losses.
I mean, listen, hard to say you're wrong. I mean, I got to give him a little hand too. But listen, the only other option, again, is going wide receiver. And in my opinion, that's the highest end potential, right? You get a Neighbors, you get a Dunze, and maybe you coax a year out of somebody. Because the last thing you want to do is force a quarterback, right? Too. We don't want to just take a quarterback for the sake of taking a quarterback either. You got to believe in this guy because he's your job, right? You got to nail this pick. And if you fail, you're done. So you just got to, prioritize getting one of these guys or two of these guys they love, and fix the Carm Brasillo, baby. Carm Brasillo. We need that motherfucker to come through and develop some dudes. Come on, Carm. Come on.
And you know what?
Get in here.
I want to bring another person in here, man. A revivalist of the month, man. Richard, if you hear me, man, you got to turn on your mic, brother. Turn on your mic. We can't put you in until you turn on your mic. Worry about
turn your video. Turn on your mic. Let's go.
Come on, party with us, man.
Come on, party with us.
Come on, get the connection back.
Don't be shy.
It says allow, hit the allow button. We got you. I kind of want to bring him in on this debate because it is a hot topic, man. We kind of want to engage the fans to see, what's going on, how they feel about the quarterback situation, and are they able, do they want to move on or do they want to keep it? I think, a lot of the fan base are now starting to turn because at first we were all like, man, it's Daniel Jones' year. He's going to figure it out. This is it. And, boy, we got egg on our face, this season. So, and I think a lot of the fan base is starting to turn to like, it's just time. Like, they understand the sport. You can't invest too much time in the quarterback position. I think by this time, didn't Eli Manning had 3 playoff appearances and 1 Super Bowl? And
he won a Super Bowl in his 4th year. So DJ just got hurt in his 5th.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
It's you're betting against odds.
I totally agree, man. So, guys, without further ado, man, this is what we do every month. We try to do. we freaking try.
We do our best.
We do our best. All right. Every month, man, we try to pick the revivalists of the month to come on the show, come talk about some of the topics that we talk about. And this month there is my guy Richard Judge, man. Let's bring him round in, man. Round of applause.
What's up, man? Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like
man.
this. I like this, man. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you so
Yo,
much for being on the show, man. It's a pleasure to have you. How's everything, man? What's going on
God
with you?
bless you guys. Everything's good. Today is my daughter's birthday, Jordan birthday. She had
Yes.
Birthday. Happy
celebrating
birthday
that
from
one night
Revival,
just
man.
a little
Let's
bit.
go. Happy birthday.
Sorry about being late a little bit.
Nah,
No,
don't worry,
glad you
man.
guys
Family's
had me
more
on.
important. Family's more important. So let's bring you in, man. Here's how we're gonna do. We're gonna throw you right to the wolves, man. How do you feel about Daniel Jones? Are you in? Are you out? Should we get a new quarterback? Tell me, how you feeling?
Oh, we should definitely draft a new quarterback, only for the simple fact that it's longevity. Like Daniel Jones, he got hurt. A lot of Giants fans, even myself, had high expectations going into this year for him. It didn't work out.
Facts.
Is it just me? Or did you lose?
No,
it
I
too?
think we lost him.
Did I
We
lose
lost
connection?
Rich, you,
Richard, did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
upgrade to Verizon today as well?
dude, they're all on.
Damn
That's funny. Internet connection is hard over here in Brooklyn, man. You gotta be patient with me, man. But yeah, I thought we had a quarterback in Daniel Jones. You know, Giants fans had high expectations for him, even myself going into this year, and it didn't work out according to how we planned to. But you also got to look at the future. In the future, is you got to have like a good quarterback and a backup. Like, so you got to draft somebody. Like, even if things don't work out with Daniel Jones, he would be a great backup for us. Additionally, and he's young. It'd be better for the Giants to go and draft a quarterback versus bringing in a veteran to back up Daniel Jones. You want to do the reverse, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Again, it's all about the future.
no, I agree. I think at this, all right, at this point of Daniel Jones's career, right?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, the best ability is available, right? So, unfortunately, and I say this and I beat that dead horse all the time, and unfortunately, he's just not available. So, to bring in someone to back him up, we kind of need somebody, you know what I mean, like that can stay on the field and he could be the backup for a change and give us a couple of games. So, I think just because of that alone, it's time for him to, time for him to go on field.
Rich, you hear us?
I think he has a delay.
He might just be thinking. He might just be like,
It's deep in thought.
you never know.
All right, Rich, come back on. You try closing down and come back on, man.
Oh, he's blinking.
Sorry.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
He's blinking. You okay?
Hello. Sorry, Rich.
Blink
we love
twice,
you, man.
you
Hopefully,
fuck it.
Hopefully
We'll do
you
it
guys-
live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
do it live.
Blink
Guys,
twice.
this is show business, guys.
Fucking
Okay,
sucks.
this is
Fucking
show
thing
business.
sucks. I came
guys-
in late. It's just
Yeah, it's just been crazy today. But I want to get to the nitty gritty, guys, because we actually went to the bar. We actually saw these games during the weekend, right? I just want to talk about, man, if you guys don't know, my second favorite team is the freaking Baltimore Ravens. I love them. I love them. I love them. So to see Lamar come and do his thing was like, yes, dream come true for me. But guys, I just want to get your opinion, man. Lamar freaking advances, man. Is this a long time coming? Has Lamar officially say, you know what? I am that top 3 quarterback in the league. I am within that top 5 conversation. Is Lamar that guy for you? Talk to me. How you guys felt about Lamar winning, and does this solidify him a little bit more? Because I got my opinion. Let me just go around the room, and I'll start with you, El Jefe.
I think he is playing right now as well as he ever has. His squad is nasty. They looked really fucking good this weekend. They look primed to go as far, like they could reach the mountaintop for sure. But should they find a way to lose this game? I mean, it is Patrick Mahomes coming to town. Let's not pretend like this is a cakewalk.
put some respect on the name.
Yeah. But if Lamar loses, the media is going to flip that narrative right back. Well, he can't get it done. He can't do this. So, like, despite how well, and he's playing MVP level, He's doing everything. He's like such a good leader for them, and he's doing everything. But if they lose, the switch will flip real quick on the narrative because people are bored, and that's what they do, right? They're always going to stir that shit up. But he's playing nasty right now. I have money on the Ravens to make it to the Super Bowl, which I'm really uncomfortable with because I bet on the Bills last week. It felt like their time, and Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes.
Hedge my happiness. It's a perfect spot for you, bud.
I'm gonna need you to take care
Chiefs.
Me.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, it's Lamar's time, man. I felt like he, after Dak got eliminated, was the guy that had the most pressure on him. And he delivered week 1. And listen, if he goes out, even if he loses in a tough matchup to Patty Mahomes, nobody's gonna like hang their head too bad, like you could respect that. But if he goes out and has a tough game, which very well could happen, that Kansas City defense is pretty good.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, he could have a bad game. It's a bit unfair, but like you said, if he has that bad game, Ravens, who are I'm pretty sure the favorite or second favorite right now, if they lose, the questions come back again. Like you said, he had an MVP type season. We need to see him we need to see him in the Super Bowl. We need to get it. We need this Lamar. Hit it.
Real quick, is it not just a little annoying that Patrick Mahomes, for the first time, and it's because I reached for him in fantasy drafts, but he has like a pedestrian for him kind of season. It looks like Kelsey may have been dropping off. And then that's the year that you get the fucking defense and you have a running game and you have a running back who runs like his ass is on fire. Like Pacheco's my favorite running back in football. I fucking love this guy, dude.
He's a monster.
He's like Ahmad Bradshaw 2.0. You know what I mean? Like he is
Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yo, he's such a beast. And like they were showing stories of like his upbringing or something. And basically, I'll just summarize it real quick. He was one football player, and then his sister passed away, and he became a different football player. And he was wild. His whole personality changed. The way he plays football changed. Like knowing that now, I'm like rooting for the kid even harder. So I love him, man. I fucking love him. He runs like bat out of hell. So I do like him a lot. But like Patrick Mahomes, I mean, that was a completely late round draft pick, a flyer on a Rutgers running back, and he just turns into this. This is
Jersey's finest, baby.
What good teams do. But hey, Gary Brightwell, huh? Am I right?
and let me say this, man. As far as Lamar, right? I just want to ask one thing about Lamar. Like, before we talk about the Giants and make us all sad, Rich, I see you. We get to you in 1 second, brother. I got you. And make us all sad. I just want to stick to Lamar really quick because, yes, Lamar has nothing to prove to me. I hate when the media says, hey, Lamar Jackson, he needs to step it up. He needs to figure it out. This guy was an MVP, right? I just feel like Lamar, right? It could be. And I just feel like Lamar finally has help. Like before, the defense wasn't there. He didn't have the receivers. So it was just the Lamar show. You know what I mean? At that point. So now that he has a complete team, I'm like, yo, this has to be his shine. He has to do his thing. You know what I mean? But like you said it before, Hefe, the narrative, if he doesn't win against freaking Patrick Mahomes, which we all know Patrick Mahomes, and we'll get to another segment or question I want to ask you guys. But yes, we do understand Patrick Mahomes. They won't take that to accountability, but they'll take that. Like they'll go, Lamar has to step up. Lamar has to be that guy. He's supposed to be the top 2. He's not this. He's not great. And I don't think it's fair because that's the same pressure you won't put on Josh Allen. Just saying. You know what I mean? So I think Lamar always been the guy. I think this is his year, man. I really think he'll make it to the Super Bowl, and I really think he'll be Kansas City. This defense is just too good, way too good. So we'll see from there. But let me say this too, man, because Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm gonna ask you this, Mr. Glass Half Full: are these guys the new Patriots? Because at some point you just got to be like, tired of seeing these. You know what I mean? So is the Kansas City Chiefs the new Patriots right now that you see with my man Patrick Mahomes? What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, look, for me personally, like I'm rooting for the Ravens because I like new blood in there. I think it's Lamar's time. It's kind of boring, but for me, I kind of respect Patrick Mahomes so damn much. And I love watching greatness happen like live. I personally, again, right off the bat, I already have him as my greatest of all time. I like, and he's going to win more Super Bowls. And being able to witness this guy who, like you said, everybody slept on. Like everybody has just dismissed the best quarterback in the league. Like, you know, he's gonna lose. They're 3.5 point underdogs. Like that's Mahomes. I'm not gonna bet against him. And watching, like, you know, it's like watching the Yankees. You know, sometimes watching the Patriots, I respected them. Like you respect greatness sometimes too. And I like to see that. I like to see Mahomes just dominate, man. I'm not going to lose any sleep if they win. Let's just say that. Let's just say that much.
I'm going to lose.
To answer your question, yes, they are the fucking Patriots now. And we didn't think we would see that. Like, this is 6 consecutive AFC championships. That's how he has started his career
dominance.
As a starter, bro. Like, this is, I would say it's unheard of, but it ain't, because we're comparing him to the best to ever do it. And like, if you look at the similarities, head coach, tight end, quarterback, you got Hall of Famers, 3 of them on each side. So like, yeah, this is the closest thing to the Patriots that we've seen and that maybe we ever will see. Like, this is an unfair advantage to have those 3 guys working together consistently year over year over year with that talent. Mahomes is the best quarterback on the planet. There's not that many people that would dispute that, except Sean O'Hara today on live television said
that was a bit bold.
He really said that? No, I missed that. He really said that?
He said he would take Josh Allen over Mahomes.
He died on the hill. I mean, everything. He just died on the hill and everything, bro.
It's a bad look.
Sean O'Hara, man. I just wouldn't do that.
I just wouldn't do that. It couldn't be me.
That's crazy. No, I just wouldn't do that, man. I think that's crazy. Patrick Mahomes is the number 1 quarterback in the league. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Real quick, can we test the internet connection in Brooklyn one more time?
Yeah, let's
man. I switched from Optimum to Verizon, and I thought it would be better, and this shit still goes out.
You really did switch to Verizon.
I literally did.
Hold on, Richard, when did you make that
over
switch?
The summer.
Over the summer, okay.
Summertime. Yes.
Great.
Because my Optimum kept going call the technician in, and then they like, oh, we're not gonna have nobody out for like 3 days. I'm like,
this is so funny.
It's not gonna work.
He's like, my Optimum Eisen.
Yeah, bro.
It's still a little choppy, man. You should definitely go to Verizon and tell them
it's gonna work. I'll tell you.
Hey, Richard.
Is it Verizon that said you hear me now? Good. They're terrible.
I gotta sit in a certain position.
Richard,
try, man.
if you can hear me backstage, try killing your video, and it might help so that we can at least talk to you for a couple.
And also, if you can, on StreamYard in the settings, don't do the default setting. Do the settings for your mic. You hear the feedback a little bit, but just
we try with Rich, man.
Rich, what the hell? What is this?
You know what? But in all seriousness, Richard supports us day in and day out.
Oh, dude, that's my guy. Hey, listen, even if it doesn't work today, let's get you back on the next one for sure. We'll keep you on for a longer segment. Absolutely, man. So if you could pop back in, we'll put you back in there, Rich, man. I do appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. But guys, I want to say this really quick. CJ Stroud, Jordan Love, wow. Are these guys the future of the NFL or what? You see these guys being in that top 10 conversation just by playing with these teams, man. And CJ Stroud, runaway rookie of the year. I mean, without a doubt, runaway rookie of the year, in my opinion. But maybe I could be wrong. But guys, give me your thoughts, man. Jordan Love, freaking CJ Stroud. What a difference a quarterback can make, especially a good one, man. It's just in my opinion. But give me your thoughts on these 2 players, man. And are you excited about the future of football watching?
For one of them, very excited. I mean, you guys know I have been just straight goo over CJ Stroud.
You love you some Stroud.
I think it may have been late September when I started saying it. When I started just being like, God, this guy's fucking special. And then he just kept going. So like CJ Stroud, I can't say enough about him. I think he is the definition of get your quarterback, change your franchise. You just have it all right there. I will say Jordan Love, I'm not totally sold on yet because he is several years in. And he made enough good throws to say he's a starter in this league. I think the Packers probably have their quarterback. But CJ Stroud is easily in that top 10 conversation, and I think he'll be cemented there for many years to come. So I'm not there on Love yet. I think they probably are going to stick with him, but CJ Stroud is that dude.
Facts.
Totally
I mean, listen, you look up and CJ, Jordan Love had 32 touchdowns. Like it's weird because like you don't watch.
Love had 32 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, 32 passing touchdowns. A couple of times the league leaders would flash up, and I'm like, holy shit, Love's like up there, and I didn't even like put two and two together because he didn't have a big time wide receiver to throw to, didn't have really a big time tight end. Aaron Jones was in and out of a lineup. He only had 2 touchdowns. You're like, how'd they get it done? And Love stepped the fuck up, man. He stepped up. He learned under Aaron Rodgers. He took his time, and he's going to get paid. And look at the fucking Packers going from again Favre to Rodgers to now potentially another starter. Boom, 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 back.
Yeah.
Just 35 fucking years of good quarterback play.
I'm with you on saying potentially. Like I don't know if you're like 100% there, right? 32 passing touchdowns is nothing to fucking.
It's no joke. Yeah, like
it's no joke.
I was like you early because especially when they played the Giants, it's like this guy, whatever. And then I look up and he's like got the stats.
That's
and
impressive.
Then he goes into Dallas, first start in the playoffs, and just roast a good fucking Dallas secondary and defense. Like bumped them up in my book.
If someone in the chat doesn't mind looking this up real quick, like how many quarterbacks had more than 30 passing touchdowns? Usually it's not more than a handful. So I'd be surprised where he fell on that list.
Yeah,
because that's impressive.
Second overall.
Damn.
I'm looking at the ESPN. Yeah, second in the league in passing touchdowns.
You know what? Hefe doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm going to get another drink.
No,
and let me tell you.
I say that to say Stroud is certified already. That's it. I echo what Jeff said. He is official. I love that kid. He's so smooth. They put the ball in his hands in his first playoff game. He is already there. He's already top 8 in my opinion. But that's it. Go ahead.
Well, you know what though? I still give Jordan Love that credit because even at the beginning of the season, right? Speed, you saw him. You was like, yo, he got to get better. He got better each game. It's not like he stayed stagnant in his position where he was at. He got better as time went along. I mean, CJ Stroud, he came out and he was just killing shit.
Dude,
don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But when you saw Jordan Love, you was like, yo, this guy is getting better each game. He's starting to get it. He's learning from his mistakes. That's why I think, like, okay, this is a bright future for that young man. Is it CJ Stroud kind of level? No, not at all. Not at all. But I think he could be that top 10 quarterback in the league where everybody's going to talk about this kid on the Packers for many years to come. In my opinion, that's what I think. I'll be honest.
And listen, let me read the stats off to you. The game before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is usually when you give like for like things kicking the gear after that, right? The week before, he went 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Detroit, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Kansas City, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Giants game is the worst one out of a bunch, of course. Then Tampa Bay, good defense, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Carolina, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Minnesota, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Bears, last game of the season, had to win it, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He goes to Dallas, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then even the San Francisco game, even after San Francisco game, he played well in that game. They should have won that game. He should have went on the road and beat that team, if not for a couple of things that went against them. A bad interception late, but that was a forced play at the end of the game because he's trying to make things happen. That he would have went. Would you have a different opinion of him, Fa? And if he won that San Francisco game, which they should have won, would you put him a little higher on your pedestal?
I think you'd have to respect that. Yeah.
And that's the thing when we were watching that game, that guy was going up and down, and we were rooting for the Niners. I was rooting for the Niners. Let me make that clear. I was rooting for the Niners. I was like, I want the Niners to win. But man, he had me nervous. Like this kid was just slinging it. You know what I mean? So I can't sit here and say, like, man, he got some ways to go. I think he's there. Again, when you compare him to CJ Stroud, I think CJ Stroud edges him out without a doubt.
Yes, I agree.
But I think that kid is there. Like he's a
NFL's
top 10,
in good hands, man.
top 7. Like the NFL's in good hands with those 2 there, with CJ Stroud, of course, leading the pack. But you can't sleep on Love. that kid could play. And
Balled
I'm
out,
scared. I'm scared, man. I'm really, really scared of what he could do to this league. I really, really am. Besides that Giants game, yeah, but everything else. And you said no interceptions besides what you saw pretty much in the San Francisco game, and that's when it was all on the table. Him trying to make something
he's already
happen.
doing well. Yep.
And he's gonna learn from that. This kid's gonna be incredible. I'm telling you right now. I'll put my money on it. I really would. The Green Bay is scary. It's scary, man. I'm sorry. Really.
And he didn't have a wide receiver. He was throwing a Dubes.
No.
And fucking Watson was out. Like, and another rookie, Jordan. What the fuck's his name? Whatever his Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed. Very good rookie. Yeah.
I feel like they have wide receivers, and I can't differentiate any of them. Like they're all just like Watson was supposed to be that dude.
And he was injured all year.
Is it Dubs or Dobbs?
Doobie.
It's
Doobie.
Real quick, how fucking crazy was it at the end of the I think it was the Lions-Bucks game when the Bucks didn't call their last timeout and they could have forced the Lions to either run a play or they basically could have got the ball back. Their season's on the line. The Lions snapped it early.
I didn't notice it until after. Yeah.
But that's crazy. No one on the staff said call a fucking timeout.
Weird.
That's wild to me. And I didn't catch it real time, but it's not my job. Okay. I was probably in the garage doing something I'm not supposed
to. Yo, you know who I don't trust out of this particular playoff, man? Baker Mayfield.
Who?
I really don't trust him as a quarterback. And it's funny because all these guys are like so ahead of him. He's been in the league forever and he's on his contract already. But I just don't trust Baker, man. I think this is the only good year you're going to see him, go take his team to the playoffs. I really do think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, Speed. If you guys don't feel the same, I just don't believe in Baker Mayfield on that Bucs team. You guys give me your thoughts.
The best way I could summarize it is that they're stuck, and it's a Giants situation from last year. You had one good season, and you're gonna pay them, and you're never gonna win a Super Bowl with them.
Yeah,
nope.
But like
those coaches to be fired way before.
Yeah, like Mike Evans was himself again. Not Michael Evans. He was 1,000. He's a fucking guaranteed 1,000 yards. Every time, Hall of Fame trajectory, and he kept on that pace. And Baker had his best year, I think, in the four big categories. It was his best year, and they're going to pay him, but they're not going anywhere. Like you're not going to actually win when it matters. But like, what are you supposed to do? You're going to be drafting 27th.
Yeah, you got to run it back. The same thing the Giants with it.
Exactly, they're in the Giants spot. It's called quarterback hell, and a lot of teams get stuck there.
I'll say that. Yeah, I'll say about this real quick. Baker, he may not have the talent, to get you to the Super Bowl, but I'll tell you what, he changes the culture there.
Yeah,
and when he's winning, like the team around, you saw them galvanize around him. You saw them just become a team, and he had it in Cleveland a little bit at that one great year. And if he's winning and things are going right, he could will the team a little bit higher than they're supposed to go. I think ultimately he's not a top 10 quarterback. I don't think he's not talented enough. But he's going to get a contract, and he's going to do what he did around this year. He's going to be okay. He's gonna be okay.
No, I know I like him though. I do think he's a winner and he's a fighter.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
There was a clip of him early in the season when he was mic'd up and he was rushing for a first down, and a cornerback was meeting him there, and he put his shoulder down and he just fucking plowed through this cornerback and put him on his back, got the first down, and got up and was flexing on the cornerback like, "Get your weight up, bro. Get your fucking weight up."
Yeah.
Yes,
and I was like, oh man, we don't see that. We don't see that kind around here.
He's a tough son of a bitch. Don't get me wrong.
He's
tough. He wants to win. He is a winner. Just don't have the talent.
Yeah, his teammates. Cleveland was just a shit show altogether.
It's Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think there was one good year he did something, but either way, he seems like when he was in with the Rams for a week, he rallied that team, got a win on he was the coaches and locker room seem to like him immediately. So he's probably going to be set up in Tampa for a while. Why would he take a deal if he has Daniel Jones' agent? They're going to bend the Bucks over a barrel and show him the 50 states. Is
that a real saying?
It
I
is
like
now.
that, man. We gotta. I like that. We gotta keep that one. I'm gonna throw you right on the hot seat, man. 49ers of Detroit. Who you got, man? El Jefe.
I'm feeling crazy. I'm just gonna go Detroit because
It's just a shit.
Ooh.
I
Aaron, huh?
like a month
Okay.
ago. A month ago, I put money on Baltimore and San Fran, which is still alive, and then I just put a side bet on Kansas City and Detroit.
Hey, why not?
Hedge
Hey,
my- because well, they're
happiness.
the
Is
two
that a
underdogs.
push? Is that like a push? I don't know.
It's a hedge. It's a hedge.
Yeah.
It's like
You don't go down big. You save
Right.
yourself a little.
So with
cash.
my luck, it'll be like the Ravens and the
They'll
Niners.
split it. You'll
Or,
split it. Yep.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah,
split
yeah.
it, and then
Okay.
I'll be twiddling my thumbs. But Detroit is dangerous, and San Fran looked a little bit vulnerable. Debo is banged up. He got hurt in the first drive, and he never came back. He's questionable. That's a big loss. McCaffrey was banged up, played through it. So there's reason to believe Detroit, if they come out as their best selves, they can make this a game and they can win this game. Absolutely can.
Before I
No, go ahead. Go ahead. E, what do you think?
He is ready. Let him go. Let him cook.
Yeah, you said it was on the tip of your tongue. What you
He was
got?
Let me tell you.
Oh
let me
yeah, I'm
tell
the
you-
host. Damn.
Oh yeah. I gotta pass it to you guys before I say anything.
Damn
That's
it,
my
give me the
fault,
mic.
my fault. My apologies. My apologies. But let me tell you this, man. With San Fran, watching that game, I was a little worried. This is probably the worst game you've seen Brock Purdy play, right? And it becomes to light that yes, Brock Purdy is the game man. But the one thing that I like that Detroit defense going against him. I think if they're able to kind of fluster him and confuse him a little bit, Detroit's going to bulldoze her over. Now, I'll tell you this. When it comes to Detroit, Jared Goff, while he is the better quarterback, he can be had, right? So I think he has to have an error-free type game. He has to have no turnovers. And the guy has to move in his pocket. I think Jared Goff got to kind of do a little bit more. He's got to find a little bit more of a rhythm. He's got to run a little bit more in that pocket or run out of that pocket a little bit more in order to win this game. With that being said, got Detroit by.
You got Detroit.
Got Detroit by.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think
Hey,
I got
Spiro,
Detroit.
Spiro,
All right. Well, I'm gonna be.
how's the
I'm gonna be
weather
that
in
guy.
San Francisco this weekend?
Yeah,
Spiro,
yeah.
since you
It's,
fucking, yo, he just.
I
the guy
told
knows-
you.
The guy knows the weather report of fucking away games and playoff games he's not involved in.
I'm on top of the fucking shit that matters.
No,
bro.
you're a
I'm
betting
on top
man.
of the
You're a
shit that
betting
matters.
man, and I
You're
like
right.
that
I'm
about
kind
you.
of a degenerate.
Yeah, join the club.
Listen, so Sunday's going to be beautiful out there. So I don't think weather's going to be an issue this time. Having said that, Mr. Meteorologist Kazabian over here has it locked down. I think San Francisco is just the better team, man. I think in the end, this magic ride of Detroit is going to end. Brock Purdy had a shitty game. He got through it. He survived the shitty game, and now I think he's going to be. Ayuk was locked down last game. I don't think he gets locked down this game. I think that offense gets on track. McCaffrey gets on track. That Detroit Lions defense still doesn't do it for me. They still aren't like it. So I think that Shanahan at home, they take care of business. They move on. Purdy bounces back, has an efficient 2 touchdown, 190 yards. I will say not having Devo gives me a little bit of it. I think that would have been a kind of a blowout if he was there, but I think
you a
it'll be
little
closer.
pause.
Yeah, I know. But you still got Kittle, Ayuk, and Christian McCaffrey with a good offensive line. So it's not like they're throwing chumps out there other than Debo. So they'll be fine. And I think that defense is going to come play. It's gonna be a good game, though.
One thing I like about the playoffs is your best players show up in the biggest moments, right? You saw
Who is this person?
I know. You saw McCaffrey rush for that touchdown to give his team the lead in the fourth quarter. You saw
You were actually in the bathroom when that happened, by the way, so you did not see it.
Oh, they got bathrooms in there. Don't worry. I was streaming. From the urinal. Thank you, though.
You were streaming, yes.
You saw Pacheco put his shoulder down and get that first down to seal that game, and then you saw Diggs drop a 70-yard bomb. I saw some shit out there.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Do you? What percent? I mean, guys, you apparently you can argue anything. This was a 70-yard pass, and people were like, "Well, he did have to stutter.
Stop it!
Like,
You kidding me? It was
the fucking ball. Catch the fucking ball.
When you're Diggs, you got to catch that ball.
Especially if he feels like he's that type of wide receiver.
That's what I'm saying.
That dude that hits you.
Guy?
No matter how, if it's off target, just the keister, you got to make that play as if you're the elite wide receiver that you claiming to be. You catch that ball. That could have changed the whole entire game.
Bro.
That pissed me off. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Absolute game-changing play. Plenty of time left. You would be on the 30 going in. There was still plenty of time. Spiro, we do have a quick question from one of our listeners here. Spiro, traveling to Phoenix next week. Needs to know to pack. What's the weather going to be like?
It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot as the dickens out there. So act lightly. Act lightly. Shorts, maybe a long sleeve for the nighttime. Because that desert weather gets a little.
You know that you have a real microphone, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, the meteorologist microphone is different. Yeah, exactly. But circle back at the end of the week with me, TK. I'll give you the rundown. I'll read the maps. Probably be dry though. Listen. So yeah, in the end, we.
So listen, let's have some fun. We got to break the ice here, right? And we got to kind of end the show off with kind of these kind of questions. And I was thinking, man, I was sitting at work and I was like, what could be a hilarious question to ask these guys? So chat, get in here because we want to hear from you too. All right, this is crazy, by the way. This is crazy. All right, so I'm gonna start with Mr. Glass half full of this one. I'll wait to have last. But right now, man, OnlyFans comes up to you right now. It says, "Hey, I have $100 million. It's signed right here."
Yes.
Okay. All right. You didn't even let me finish.
let me tell you what you have to do now.
What you have to do for that $100 million now on OnlyFans?
There's a lot of things.
Do anything and everything sexual, right? We know what OnlyFans is, so you got to do anything and everything for $100 million. Are you doing it, Mr. Glass half full? Go.
I'll do anything and everything.
Here, chat.
I'll do anything and everything once. Yeah. It's only once for $100 million. I'm a gamer, man. I'm a gamer.
You always said I'll do anything once.
I said yes right off the bat, right after the number. The number.
Can you tell Spiro wants to leave his day job?
It's big enough. I will take whatever it takes.
What do you need, boss?
What do you need from me? Just hopefully there's a time limit on whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, and how much time? Like, what's the appropriate time that you would have to? Can we come up with what the act is?
Like, can we do that now on the fly?
Yeah, like no, like I'm just gonna say it, guys. What if he has to blow a horse?
Oh, wait! I thought I included humans. It was
it's anything and everything. Yeah. Anything and everything. So
how long can you do that for? How long can you do that for, Spiro?
That's different. I don't know. Do I know the prior to
my price is now $200 million? You need to get Daniel Jones' agent. This is a negotiation now.
No, we can't know anything and everything. You sign it, and then they give you what you have to do. That's what it is. Okay. $100 million, OnlyFans. You sign on the dotted first, anything and everything. Then they go, well, here you have to do this. Are you doing it?
Man, that's tough because everyone.
I still say yes. I still say yes. I still say yes.
I still say yes.
Oh shit!
This is brutal. This is such a brutal scenario. And did I lose you guys?
That's a lot of thinking there. No, that was a lot of thinking. Okay. I thought you paused just to think about it. But go ahead, man.
Well, is Spiro talking or is he messing with me?
Sorry, pause. I hit mute while I was getting close.
I see his mouth moving, nothing coming out. It's fucking freaking me out. Maybe it is. Coming in. Let me just ask: do you have to drink the gravy afterwards?
You don't know. You don't know the answer.
You don't know.
You don't know. It's anything and everything, and then it presents you what you have to do. So they say, "Hey, here's $100 million. Anything and everything. We get to decide, but you got to sign this contract. 100 million. We can do anything and everything we want to you. Would you sign? And then I'll go, well, hey, you have to do this after
Okay.
you sign.
Let me relate to a similar debate. I heard. I don't know if it was like one of the Barstool shows or something, but what's the he's like the white rapper. Is it Jack?
Eminem?
No, the other one.
Oh, Harlow? Jack
Harlow.
Harlow. Yeah.
So he was on. He
Harlow,
was on.
right?
He was on a podcast,
Like that.
and it was like a similar question. But like, this is so fucked up. I can't believe where this show is going right now. But he was like, "Oh, Spartan Mike, thanks. Welcome to the show. You're not going to believe.
Show,
you're not going
You're not
to
gonna believe this, Spartan.
You're not going to believe what you just walked into. But you'd have to bang your cousin.
It happened.
And that's
part of it.
That's for the $100 million. And Harlow was like, dude, doggy style, every single position. Like the dude without hesitation was like, I'm gonna wax that ass. It was so fucked up. I couldn't fucking believe what I was
$100
hearing.
million is a lot of millions.
I know,
That's
but
a lot of money.
A lot of millions.
is that a
Listen,
2003?
so then you never talk to anybody in your family. You go be a different person. Go fly to the middle of nowhere and just don't even see anybody again. You don't have to speak to anybody again. You have $100 million. Enjoy your life after that.
Can you though? Family
Oh,
party.
sorry.
Well, Thanksgiving's gonna hit a little different this year.
No more holidays. No more family holidays after that. Probably. But.
Yo, did Fabian actually put gargle after? Lord, I should have threw that up there. That was hilarious. That is hilarious. $100 million. Chat. What are you gonna do? Anything and everything. Would you sign up for it? OnlyFans comes up to you. Anything and everything. Are you signing on that dotted line? You don't know what you got till you sign on the dotted line, but are you doing it? And my answer, man, I guess it's my turn, right? $100 million is life changing, right? So when you think about it, when you guys think about it, and here's Vibes giving you the vibes, right? If you think about it, that's life changing. So we are living right now for our children, right? We're gonna leave this life, and we are working for our children to give them something great. I'm pulling out the violin on this one.
I see where you're going.
So some people would like to sign up for that. So for me, I have to say, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I will not be taking that money. I'm sorry, man. I just can't do it.
Wow.
I can't do it. I can't take that money. It's like selling your soul. I just can't do it.
You know what? You're
but
right.
I'm not mad about if someone was to make that decision. That's life-changing money.
Don't be mad.
Mad at me. I'm like, let me get a bill. Let me get a bill.
Yeah. He's like, you won't do it, but you'll come around to me after I
definitely do that. And then you go like, you'll do something strange for a little change. And I'm gonna be like, nah.
Dude, you know what? It's generational money, and unless you live in New Jersey, it'll last like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, right.
But if you turn it down, and you stand on your morals, and you're like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not going out like that.
Have fun being broke.
2 weeks later, you're gonna have a bad day at work and be like, just suck that horse off. God, five goddamn minutes.
I knew I should have gargled.
Yeah.
I should have just gargled. I should have done it.
Damn.
Yo, imagine they lay you off and you just blew 100 million.
Yeah, good. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I would not be able to. So
like
I would just
OnlyFans up.
Hey, is that deal still on the table? Help.
Who I gotta blow for that 100 million in OnlyFans? Please. Please let me just come back into bed, please. I can do this.
God damn it, Sal's just got all the goddamn answers, doesn't he? You take the bet for 100 mil and you sell it for 10.
Look at that.
Ooh.
You know what? You didn't read the fine print. No reselling.
Yes.
No reselling. We can't say
no backsies.
You cannot lease this deal. Okay.
You can't.
No, I respect his level.
I like how his brain works. Yes. Yeah, he's thinking of solutions.
That's why we love Sal. We have a couple of chats we got to go back to. I think now, buddy.
Do we?
I think we
got
a
quick one, Fabian. Could be for Debo's waiting on you. No way.
That's bad. That's bad.
Hey, it depends. It depends what you're into, Fabian. Okay. That could be a dream scenario that you get. Okay.
Yo, just bent over the sink. That is fucking terrible. I would not take 100 million to be bent over.
C's. This is going Billy backs.
Okay, sorry, C's.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Steve.
He's made his intentions known about where Noodle Neck Jones, where he stands on Noodle Neck Jones. And he said Jones looks nothing like CJ or Jordan. So I'm not necessarily disagreeing. And he also came back that first time and says, "Go get that first." We know where he stands, sees right. If you didn't know before these last two super chats, now you know.
If you scared to get a dog, I really like that phrase. So
I like that line.
I'll give him.
I might use that again.
I'll give him credit if I use that, but I like that line a lot.
Hey Richard, if you want to come in here for this OnlyFans segment, we would love to get your half-ass. Come on in, brother. I'm just kidding. Come on in. I would like to hear your answer. Let's close the show out. At least, hopefully.
Damn, Rich, right, brother. We loved having you, buddy. We wanted to have you for more. We'll circle back. You have your people talk to the Verizon people, and let's get this figured out. I'll talk to them too because my show.
You said sure. Oh shoot. Want to close it out with them or with them?
I just want to tell you guys, to the people listening and staying with us, that we're gonna be branching off more and more moving forward. I'm not saying it's gonna be like OnlyFans discussions, but we will be going into
maybe
other areas. We're gonna exit Giants and NFL. We're gonna be all over the place. Lean into we're trying to get more guests for you that are not just ex-players or Giants related. We want artists. We want media people. We want to bring as many cool guests as we can to you guys. So we will be branching out and looking to do some new cool things in the upcoming year. So look forward to that.
Hey, and throw us some suggestions if you want somebody on the show and we're like, hey, that girl wasn't on our radar. Hey, maybe help us help you. We have them on a show. And we'll have a good time. You know how.
Hey man, if you want like Polaroid or like Ice Spice on this show, just let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
You know what? Chris Peace is very good at it. Former fan of the month. Richard Judge, no pressure, but
yes,
Chris Peace, former fan of the month. Big now. If you see a tweet from a famous person and you tag Revival and like you got to get on their pod, sometimes that's how conversations start.
Yes,
and things can happen from there.
Brownie points.
So if you see a person that might be a good guest or someone you would like to see us interview, because we're not scared.
Will Blackman from it, so
we're not scared.
Sal's just throwing up good names right off the bat.
Yeah,
that's why we pay Sal. Maybe throw her a text. Not text. Tweets.
That'll be like Tay Adams all over again. He'll be like, I gotta meet her. Just let me come on. I gotta meet her.
Well, you gotta donate a little bit there. Take it easy now. Hold on, Rich. I see you left, man. What's going on?
He left. He was here. Again.
All right, we gotta end this show because that was fun.
Yeah.
But Rich, if you can, man, hopefully you got next week, man. We're gonna try to get another guest in here before the month is out. We did have a special guest for last week. Unfortunately, it fell through and we kind of put a show together. And it seemed like it created a viral moment when I released some news about Daniel Jones. I got some more stuff. We continue.
Maybe who our next defensive coordinator is going to be? Can you tell us who our next defensive coordinator is? Because I'd like to hear that. Go digging. Go digging for your guy.
I'll tell you this: that you know about the one, but they have a couple more in the building. But you know about the one that was got a couple more.
I hear you.
I think we got.
Hey, we're gonna try to get some Ranger guys. So around the All-Star break, talk some Rangers hockey. That's gonna start picking up. Knicks are hot. Knicks and Nets are going at it tonight, by the way. But no big deal. New York on New York crime here. Let's check in on the score. But Knicks are hot. Ooh, it's 106-103. Looks like Knicks are gonna end up possibly with a W. We're gonna, that's gonna start kicking in, but we're gonna be entertainment, man. We're gonna really get the entertainment part of this going here.
Yo, bring that over.
Yeah, I got you.
Sal's got it.
Sal,
we love you, Sal. Yo, hit the chime. Hit the chime for the super chat. Yo.
Go find Sal.
We love Sal.
Go find Queens guy on Twitter and give him a follow.
Yeah, we're gonna have Monty and Queens guy. We're gonna need them in the next couple of months coming up to the draft.
Good point. We'll definitely be having them on.
Which leads into the People's Mock. One of these times, somebody's gonna get somebody right.
Right.
One of these damn times. I don't know when. It might be. It's got to be this year, right? Whoever's gonna take one take. I think you have to nail this one, right? You can't get it wrong.
Hey, real quick, Chris Peace. I was this close. Close.
Tell them the story. You know what? Let's go a little bit longer.
I learned a lesson. I learned a lesson on this one. Message her, gotta follow back, and I'm like, okay, just playing it not too aggressively. Just play cool, act natural. and
that
got her to agree to an interview. Finally found a date. It took like a couple months. Finally found a date that worked. And then on the day of the show, which I was not preparing for 3 weeks. Okay. She was like, she's like, unexpected road trip. Totally forgot about this, but I'll pull over on the side of the road. And I was like, we've been talking a lot at that point where I was like, you know what? Just get home safe or whatever. We'll find a better time to do this when you're home.
Unreal.
And I let the opportunity slip. And that was a lesson in, if you have them on the line, close the deal.
Reel it in.
Even if it's a shorter show, even if it's not what you expected it to be, have them on, get to know them. And then it's much easier to get that second show or have them back for something else. And as you know, she hasn't been on the show yet. I haven't DM'd her since September because I've been so hurt by this.
I think we was at the bar,
coming.
right? And we were just sitting there, we was like drunk out of our minds, or maybe close at this point. We was like, maybe we should DM her now. Maybe we should just try it now. So longer story longer, we did not try it or have to not try it, but I think
she'll be back.
Shot. Annie, hey Annie, if you're watching the show, because we're gonna clip this up just for you. If you're watching the show, come drop out of Revival. The people want to hear, we want to hear, and you broke no Hefe start. So it's only right that you just return a favor. Come on, show have fun with a beer. We'll talk to Green Bay, maybe not Green Bay, but we'll talk. All right, we'll have a good time with Chelsea and Hagar, friend of the shows. We would love to have you on. Hopefully, this.
You know, it's the sketch. You know, she is someone I admire a lot because she made a video, a sketch comedy that she wrote, created, edited, put it out there, and her life changed. She now is just doing betting apps and she's traveling to NFL stadiums. She's just living that life. And it just shows you that if you're a beautiful blonde, a lot of doors open for you. She happens to be. She happens to be very good. The Chef A outfit might be my best shot.
Hey, keep going. Keep going.
Why not?
That goes out. That goes to all you guys out there. Just go for it. Turn on the video if you think you got something. Just go for it. You never know what's going to happen, and hopefully it happens to us. But
yes, I can. Oh my God, what was it going to do?
Eli, I'm losing you, bro.
Yeah.
I can hear. Is that just me?
No,
Oh,
it's not you.
Okay.
Oh, that's my fault. That's my fault. I didn't turn the level up. But yeah, I tell you this, man.
The Annie Agar thing again too.
Oh, Annie Agar, please, if you hear this, please, we are begging you, sis, come on the show. We know we missed you on the last time. We will make it up to you. I promise. Come on the show. Come check us out. You'll have a good time. We won't talk Green Bay. We already know that's a sore subject. It's like our Giants. It's okay, but we can talk about other things. So much things you got going on, and the people want to hear it. Come on to Revival. We need you here, and of course, you broke out. Gotta fix this. All right, come on, sis. Let's do this.
Thank you.
Anytime, man. So let's do this, man. I'll tell you this, man. When it comes to podcasting, and yes, guys, go follow your dream, follow your passion, do what you got to do. The reason why I'm doing this here today, if it wasn't for these two gentlemen and I'm pointing to the screen, I'm supposed to point to the camera. If it wasn't for these two gentlemen that you guys see on the left and right of me, trust me, I would not be doing this at all. I did not care for it. I didn't want to be on camera. I didn't even want to talk. These guys forced me to talk.
I did.
Too. But no, it's been a dream come true. We've met people that we love and admire in this industry, and I couldn't ask for any two partners. So I'm glad. So chase your dreams, man. Chase your dreams. You can meet the people we met or even more. So I'll tell you, there's people that have been on this show that we've met that probably won't ever do this show, but of name where you're just like, wow, like I can't believe I spoke to this person. So follow your dreams. Follow your dreams, man. Some hot shit here. But
right on.
We'll keep we'll keep you posted on. We're trying to get this draft show one way or another. We will be live. I don't care how, don't care where. We will be live somewhere.
And don't forget the people's mock draft too. We give away money, man, to the people that actually get that. So
well, we offer.
We offer. Nobody said yet. The bank is getting larger and larger.
Nobody has. But yeah, we still got that, and yeah, we're gonna definitely get together and do something with that, guys. So stay tuned for that, or maybe we do something where we're at a bar and you guys can come through, and maybe we can have a good time, whether they pick at the quarterback or not. We can kind of see from there. So I think that'll be fun. I think that'll be more fun than anything. So
can we get them? Can we get them excited about the mock draft? About the mock draft? Is there a better sound in the world?
You know the vibes.
Just
Just
got
chills,
it.
just
Hey,
up and down my spine.
Oh, I can't wait. That right there is kind of like our
it hits. It slaps.
Our Grammys. I think it's like our Grammys.
It is.
Yes.
Bring out the stops there. So that's pretty dope, man. And then at the top of the season, guys, I'm telling you, you thought Kay Adams, Tiki Barber, Ransom, and LPG was crazy. I promise you, the next season starts, it's gonna be peace. I promise you. You might see some new visual. I'm just saying. You might see some new things happen. So let's see, man. I'm telling you, we got a lot of things lined up in 2024. You guys just stay tuned, man. But you guys know what to do, man. Unfortunately, it is the last part of the show. I wish we could do this all night because it's absolutely amazing, absolutely fun. I got a new setup thanks to my brother El Jefe, man. He got tired of me using my phone and the mic on there. So I got a new mic, and I'm like, hey, I'll get a camera. Don't worry. Man, don't worry. And he gifted me this wonderful webcam. And I was just like, man,
he's a beautiful person.
He didn't tell me he gifted me this thing. Speed, you wasn't on the phone when we was talking about this because I was like, if you'd have told me you bought this thing for me, I wouldn't have took it. He was like, I know, bro. I know,
I
bro.
didn't mention it. Yeah.
He basically shoved it in my lap. Was like, nah, man, it's here. It's all right. I don't even know the story behind it. We was all buzzed, and I just took it. Like, all right, I'll set it up.
I waited
it's like,
until you were buzzed. That's why.
You son of a
yes.
But that's my brother, man.
That's what I do too.
Something memorable just because. But yeah. So this one
Spiro's trick.
Yeah, right. Speed, let me find out you in on this, man. I won't talk to you.
Yeah.
5 minutes. All right. But no, shout out to you guys. I love you guys. Yes, man. Let's end up the show, man. On behalf of my brothers, man. You guys know what it is, and that's Mr. Glass half full of nets. Speed, if you nasty now. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Let's go.
I can't even see my own. All right. And on behalf of my brother El Jefe, aka aka Blue Jersey, aka Damn It Daniel, a shout out to you. Yes, you the revivalists in the chat. We do appreciate you. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And it is your boy Eli Rax, aka Vibes. We see you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings.
Eli Rax, El Jefe, Mr. Glass half full, the revival.